Manchester United 3, Reading 1, and Manchester United are through to the FA Cup 5th round with a victory over the mid-table championship side at Old Trafford this evening. And look, it wasn't easy, straightforward. It was, particularly after the first half, a little bit uncomfortable. Look, it was a strange one. It was a strange game because at half-time, and I think this is the prevailing message that I want to sort of get out of today's fan view. At half-time, 0-0, the reaction was, or certainly the reaction that I saw during the match view was not one of negativity, but we've seen this a couple of times this season from United, haven't we? Whereby it's 0-0 and the reaction or the general sentiment is, not good enough. Some of these players aren't good enough. This player's sloppy, that player's poor, this player's average, he's bang average, he's overrated, he's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. And my advice to that would be is just relax, calm down, because the score at halftime isn't as important as the score at full time. It's not the score after 45 that matters. It's the score after 90 that matters the most. And after that first half, United were I wouldn't say poor, because I did think we created chances. We did make a couple of chances. We were sloppy. We weren't composed. We weren't clinical. And they're the key phrases we've been saying all season about Manchester United, have we not? Is a bit of a lack of composure, not being clinical enough in front of goal. The final pass from the likes of Bruno Fernandes and others was just a bit off in that first half. And you're saying, come on, you're better than that. And maybe that's what Erik ten Hag would have said at halftime, is you're better than that. But we were dominating the game. We had 80% possession, and it's not even one of those situations whereby you've got a lot of the ball but you're not doing anything with it. We were doing stuff within it. We were getting in behind with ease. And I did feel that at halftime. I thought, if we do that in the second half, we'll be more clinical, because our manager won't allow this side to not be clinical. We've got players on the pitch that are capable of more. And that's what we saw in the second half. It didn't take long. It took less than 10 minutes. And to be honest, 2 or 3 minutes, a player was down. I think it was Junior Hoylett with a head injury as well. So it took less than that for United to get on the score sheet. And it's a brilliant goal. Casemiro and Anthony, they link up. Great reverse pass. Casemiro lifts the ball over the goalkeeper, and then they're off to the races. And I spoke about in the first half what we didn't have. What we didn't have was composure. What we didn't have was calmness. And they're two words that perfectly sum up Casemiro. Composure, calmness, class. People can say Casemiro, Casemiro, and Reading was saying Casemiro no, and Casemiro goal is what we can keep going on forever. We haven't got a short amount of time to carry on with it. But my point being is, when you need composure, you've got the calmest guy on the pitch. That's Casemiro. He is world class. He is. And for all of those people, for all of those pundits, Graham Souness saying steady Eddie, man, he's a good steady Eddie. For a player that's just steady, I'd take 11 steady Eddies over anyone else any day of the week. He is world class. And the nerve to doubt him, or the nerve to suggest that he isn't good enough. You don't win the amount he's won. You don't win 5 Champions League by accident. Yeah, you can play in a good midfield, but to be honest, he's offering more than what he was offering even at Real Madrid. When he was playing in that great Real Madrid midfield alongside Modric and Toni Kroos, he was maybe primarily a ball winner, but to say he's that in this United midfield does him a massive disservice. He is so much more than a ball winner midfielder. He progresses the ball forward. I said before, he glides. When he picks up the ball, he's always looking forward for his pass, and he's just gliding, the way he just sweeps the ball forward. And again, he's being way more offensive with the ball than I think people thought he would be. And his second goal just takes a shot. Yeah, it gets a bit of a deflection, but if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. And that's what he did. And he just, again, at a time in which we needed composure, at a time in which we needed just people just to be a bit calm, you had a player like Casemiro who did that. And the players in front of him, Bruno Fernandes, first half, he was sloppy. He gave the ball away a couple of times, wasn't particularly proficient in front of goal. Maybe it's tiredness, maybe it's fatigue. I mean, the team in general wasn't as rotated as one maybe thought they would be, maybe apart from the back four, which was somewhat rotated in a general sense, not from the game on Wednesday, because we only made one change. But if you look at that back four, say, it's not maybe Ten Hag's strongest back four, because our strongest back four is Dalot, didn't play today. Martinez didn't play today. Varane didn't play today. And Shaw didn't play today, all for a variety of reasons. So maybe there is some rotation in that. But again, Casemiro is the one that just, again, at the time we needed to be clinical and have a bit of composure. He comes onto the pitch. Second half came onto the pitch after Ten Hag had spoken to the players. And and really made the difference. And I think whilst Anthony got man of the match, I think Casemiro would have been a person that probably deserved to get it. Speaking of Anthony, though, as well, did okay today. He's becoming somewhat of a divisive figure among United fans, isn't he? And I think the criticisms of him are somewhat valid. You do want to see more. You want him to be more direct. You want him to take on players more. But you can't say that he didn't play well tonight, I don't think, because I think he did do okay. I thought first half, even again, whilst United was sloppy in the first half, while United maybe didn't offer as much as they should have, I still do think that he played okay. I saw stuff I liked from him. I saw good link-up play from him and Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side. I saw Anthony cut inside a couple of times and, again, try some shots that I'm happy with. In the same vein of things, he does do those skills where he does all of that and then he falls over, or he does all that and it doesn't go anywhere. And I think he's just going to be a bit of a frustrating watch if you're looking for someone that's direct all the time, because he's not going to be that. But we have seen glimpses of what he is capable. He gets a fantastic assist for the Casemiro goal. It's a great reverse pass, a brilliant, Brazilian connection from the two players. And I think that is what he's capable of. And I think he's going to improve. And I know people can say, well, if you're a €100 million player, you don't get time. And at Man United, you don't get time. Well, unfortunately, we've got to give him time because he's going to have to grow into this role. And I think he is. And again, I like the link-up play between him and Wan-Bissaka. And speaking of Wan-Bissaka, my goodness me, I said it in the match view, who's the number one right back at Manchester United. And whilst I still think it's Diogo Dalot, I think Wan-Bissaka's improvement has been fantastic. I really, really do. I think his improvement's been really, really impressive. Again, he's still not the best right back, maybe that United could have. He still has deficiencies in checking over his right-hand shoulder, like for the Arsenal goal the other day. But his touch has improved immensely, and his link-up play, I think, has improved immensely. Again, his ability to find those reverse passes or to go past the player, I thought was really impressive this evening, and he continues what I think is a really good vein of form. Marcus Rashford, unlucky, couldn't keep up the momentum of scoring a goal in every match. He did, but it was ruled off for offside. VAR, I mean, technology gave it in goal line technology, but then technology ruled it out with the VAR decision. Wout Weghorst was involved in that. He was the one that was offside. Again, I think he did okay. They came off, a lot of those players, though, after we went 1 and 2-0 up, they came off. The likes of Rashford, Bruno, Weghorst, Eriksen all came off, and justifiably so. They looked tired, they looked leggy, and you could tell. And I think maybe that's where that sloppiness did come from in that first half, is from players that are just tired, and they need the rest now. And look, we're playing Forest on Wednesday, and we're practically through to the Carabao Cup final. Maybe there should be some more rotation there. Fred gets a good goal as well from a corner, nice little flick. Again, the man of the match. You couldn't really name one player. You would maybe say Casemiro, but, you could give it to Anthony. One thing's for sure, our best player on the pitch was Brazil this evening because it was all of our goal scorers. A bit of a blot on the record with the goal that we conceded from the set piece. That was particularly poor defending. I'm not sure whose man it was. Some people in the chat during the match were saying Anthony. That was a bit disappointing to see. But look, as I've said before, and as I said at the beginning of this one, I think we all need to take a step back and not be too quick to judge, just in the general sense. I mean, this is almost a life lesson where I ended this match view on, this fan view rather on, is that at half time, if we're not winning, if it's a draw, we'll come out in the second half. We are a side that's creating chances. Yes, we're not clinical, and we need to be more clinical when it comes to that, but I see plenty to be positive about with Manchester United at the moment. Again, we're creating chances, and we're still fighting on four fronts. We're the only English side to be doing that. So give Ten Hag, believe in Ten Hag, believe in these players, because you never know what you can achieve. So there you go. Manchester United 3, Reading 1.